Hello, welcome everyone. So before we open an arena or anything like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up an arena and I'm going to start analyzing how everyone ledge traps to try to see if I can help you guys improve with that. Because all I see when people go to ledge trap is, oh, I didn't two-frame him with down smash. So I'm gonna down smash again to try to hit neutral get up, and it seems to be that's the extent of entry-level Lucas players. So I'm gonna start off by saying, instead of going, I'm not gonna say down smash on neutral get up is like a bad thing, because it is good, but there's much riskier things that you can do that's gonna work on a lot of characters. For example, F tilt angled down. Down tilt at ledge, oops, when they're hanging on the ledge like this. So I'm just gonna go all over like a bunch of options. But see, F tilt is a little bit better because you can do it on reaction. A lot of the time you're not gonna try to hit like neutral get up on reaction with down smash. A lot of the time you're going for like, you're trying to time it with the read, right? You're like, okay. But with F tilt, especially angled down, because this pressures them to get up in the first place. So let's say they're hanging on ledge like this, right? And you're pressuring them with either this or the F tilt. If they neutral get up, for example, if you don't give away what you want to do with neutral get up, then you can hit this. You can react to their neutral get up and you can hit the F tilt. If they want to jump, you could do the same thing. You could go for the up air to catch it. You could go for fair. If you're pressuring them into doing this and then shield to try to bait out an attack get up, and that's another thing. You could roll and then grab them to back throw again. You can pressure with something like this on the ledge, and then because you're pressuring them here, a lot of the times what they're going to try to do to get past your pressure here is they're going to either jump, they're going to attack you, so then you hold shield, and then you do something on a shield that you can actually punish it with, probably an F smash. Or they're gonna roll, and you can actually react to the roll. Ledge rolls in this game are extremely reactable, so instead of going for the down smash, again, like I said, you can try to cover roll with something like this. You know, because once you hit one of those, then you can go for the other one. You know how you can like multiple down airs together. But because you can react to the roll, at that point you can do something like, okay, say they roll on, then you just react to it, throw them back off stage, and continue the pressure. See how good this F tilt is? You can just react to it, and if you hit the second one, you can go for the... I mean, if you hit the first one, you can go for the second one as well. It's a lot safer to do this than to go for the down smash. Well, if we're talking about edge guarding specifically, yeah, PK Thunder is definitely probably our best option. By the way, I'm probably also going to open up a voice chat in the Lucas Discord, just so you guys know, once I get to a certain point in the discussion, so you guys can give me what you think as well. Let's see, yeah, PK Thunder is a really good ledge guarding tool, so not really that good for ledge trapping. This is all edge guarding here. If you guys do not know how to use PK Thunder, I highly recommend looking at Muffin's guide that he has for it. So, for those of you who are new, what are you guys having trouble with when it comes to ledge trapping? Like, are you only going for something like down smash at ledge? Because this is what I see a lot of Lucas do to try to catch neutral get up, and that's it. So I want to hear from you guys. What's my personal approach to ledge trapping? So like I said, my personal approach to ledge trapping with Lucas is I try to... Well, I do a few things. Ledge trapping a lot of the time is all about flow, so you can't give away what you want to do too easy. And it really comes down to a lot of conditioning when you're ledge trapping, but... So basically, if I'm gonna give one word of advice, I would say try to catch neutral get up with something like F tilt. What are my thoughts on double jump cancel at ledge to cover neutral get up and roll? You mean just like here? Or are you saying like if you're here and then you go for something like that? Because I mean that's doable, but I feel like if you're trying to like ledge trap, unless you're for sure gonna get something off of hitting roll, you're better off grabbing them and throwing them back off stage. if you're in position, which this should be your positioning for ledge trapping most of the time, you can jump to like pressure and stuff like that. But you want to make sure you're able to punish at least 2 out of the options at all times. How do I feel about going for back air spike off stage? Well, this is for ledge trapping, not necessarily edge guarding. I feel like back air off stage is pretty good against a lot of characters, though. So I mean, dipping in and out of these positions like this, because you want. Actually, let's go to a triplat real quick. Yeah, let me go to a triplat because I want to talk about positioning with ledge trapping real quick before we continue. The 200 IQ get up attack bait is charging F smash just outside of the range of get up attack and hitting them with the tipper. You have to know. So if you guys don't know the different different characters have different ledge attack options, then that's something you have to be aware of. Because if you're charging F smash, then they can react to it and just jump over. And it really all depends on the character too, because you're not gonna want to stand like all the way back here to for Bowser's attack get up, for example. That's really tough positioning. But the reason why I wanted to go for triplats, I'm not saying your idea is bad, but I'm saying that most of the time there's something more optimal. Yeah, Bowser's attack get up is ridiculous. I agree. So another thing you can do is play around these platforms, right? I was just talking about strictly staying here to cover neutral get up here. But if you have this platform here too, you can dance around it, because if you're up here, then that a lot of the time is going to bait them into trying to do something else. It's if you're up here, they're not going to be baited into doing something like a get up attack, because you're not sitting here pressuring them. If you're pressuring them like this, right? Then they're going to want to get up attack. So then you shield and then you punish the get up attack with something like F smash. But here, you also have that as an option, because they're not baited into doing anything if you're just going here, and then you can react to what they do. If they jump, then you have the forward air. If they neutral get up, then you can go for something like that with a Zair. If they roll, then you can land with back air, or you can position yourself a little bit better, or you can do something like that. But a lot of the time, you're going to want to throw them back off stage unless you can get something from it. If they attack get up for some reason, then you can just land here and then forward air them. You don't always want to stay right here and say, I'm gonna down smash. Because yeah, it's a good option to catch neutral get up, but I just see people do it because they can get away with it at lower levels, or sometimes even mid-level players will just stand there and not do anything, or they'll jump into it after. If you just do it twice, a lot of players will be like, oh, okay, I'm safe now, so I'm gonna jump into this down smash, and then they just die, when in reality you're fine if you just roll over it, so long as you haven't been grabbing the ledge 16,000 times. Do I have any other questions about ledge trapping so far? How do I feel about bear ledge guard in general? You mean ledge trapping, or do you mean edge guarding? Edge guarding, I feel like it's a pretty good tool. Ledge trapping, it can be good to try to catch 3 options here, and then you can react to roll, and then grab them and throw them back off stage, if you're talking about it in ledge trapping specifically. Because this can catch specific, depending on the timing of what you're doing it, and if you're conditioning correctly, because you don't want to just do this. You want to make sure that you're covering all bases here. So, for example, if you're fast fall back airing to try to catch jump, neutral get up, and attack get up, then you can do that, but they can just sneak through you and then attack you, depending on the timing. So you kind of want to mix it up, switch your positionings here and there, make them think that they're safe. But yeah, so what I was saying is you're not going to want to just do something like this back air to catch certain options. Yeah, this is pretty good if you're going to cover jump, neutral get up, and try to do attack get up. If they catch onto this, then it's not going to be good. So you want to change up your position and to make them think that they're safe into doing an option, and then you punish him for it. For example, let's say, oh, I'm safe to neutral get up now because he's up there. Then that's when you go for the Zair to something like fair to try to end them right there, or just land with forward air if they attack get up because you have enough time to react to it. Or you stand over here at roll distance and they think, okay, I'm going to neutral get up because I'm safe. Then you just go over here and you F-tilt. And if they do roll, then you throw them back off stage. You know, if they're at really high percents because you can react to it, then you can go for something like a down smash or an up smash if you're really ballsy. But really, I think you're better off just throwing them back off stage to either edge guard, because this is where Lucas is best. A lot of people don't know this, but Lucas is really good at edge guarding, and I don't know why a lot of Lucases don't take advantage of the fact that you're supposed to just be throwing your opponent off stage and edge guarding them, because God, it's good. So a lot of times after a ledge trap, if you're not ending your opponent, you're going to want to send them back off stage for the most part. And then go for something like the PK Thunders. Yo, thank you for the follow, Alv. So I guess we'll go into PlayStation 2 now. These platforms, I think they would work relatively the same, now that I'm looking at them. So before, I was pretty much just talking about, like, I don't know, mega stages or just regular stages. I mean, it applies to any stage, but I'm gonna go to Incineroar just because it's a little bit bigger of a target. This will work, just not to the same extent, because you'll have a little less time to react to what they're doing. See how the platform is just a little bit further away? But yeah, so pretty much the same thing applies there, though the platforms are a little too far, like they're a little further away. So if you haven't been using Bear in your ledge trapping, that is another thing you can do. But I'm going to go over what I did in the first place, just so you guys see it one last time before I open the arena, and then I open a voice chat so we can all discuss other ledge trapping options and talk about them on the stream while I analyze, while I analyze your play to help you guys get better. But yeah, so what I was saying right here is, instead of just, if you're going to take anything away from this, take away that you don't want to just down smash to try to catch neutral get up, because all I see are Lucases going to do this to catch 2-frame, which is good, but F tilt can do the same thing and it leaves you in less lag, just not as strong. So down smash is alright, but F tilt is pretty much just as good in a lot of situations. By the way, if you guys don't have tilt stick for Lucas, I highly recommend setting it to tilt stick. It's just a lot easier, and you can do the downward angled F tilt quite easy with the C stick without any problem. It's not that hard to control. So this is fast. And then you want to stay a little bit further out to try to catch the neutral get up here. And if you're baiting them, because you're using this, you're baiting them into doing something like an attack get up, then you just shield, and then you punish that with something like an F smash, because attack get ups are pretty laggy. You can catch jump with a up air, just like this, or a forward air, but I'd say up air is a little bit better, because you can do this and then land with the second one if they do neutral get up. Like, so this does apply pressure in the same way the back air does, it just doesn't last as long. Because Sour Spot back air isn't really going to net you too much in the ledge trap, but it's still going to be alright. And then, like I said, if you read their roll, then you go for this and you throw them back off stage. Someone had asked me about double jump cancel Zair to try to read a neutral get up earlier, which I had said it's not a bad option per se, but a lot of the time you're going to want to just throw them back off stage to get an edge guard like this. And if you guys haven't watched Muffin's video on how to control PK Thunder correctly, I highly recommend doing that. Drag down Dare off stage is also another really good punish for this. If they're not at kill percent with F smash, then yeah, just go for this, because you have the potential to do another like back air if they try to like double dip if they jump back on after. It's definitely a viable option. I am gonna open an arena now, and I'll give you guys the arena ID. It's gonna be a full like 8-person arena, and I'll be commentating. Nice. Nice. See how a lot of people will jump into that too. So I'm gonna go into the spectator stands, open up the voice chat, and then there we go. But yeah, there are Lucas players that know a lot more than me in specific matchups, which is why I open up the voice chat and stuff for the discussions. But okay, so Lukey, for example, right there, you didn't have to go for something as committal as the down smash at ledge. You could have gone for the F tilt, and then stand back. In the Lucas Ditto specifically, a lot of Lucases try to drop down and then attack from ledge. So after doing an F tilt, for example, they don't feel, or they're like, okay, now is my chance to hop up there and attack them. So then you're baiting them to do that. So then what you do at that point is you back up and space yourself to hit them after they try to jump up and double jump cancel Zair or fair. And then you space around that by backing up around roll distance and then going for an attack, like outspacing them. And if they don't do that, if they're still patient, then you still have the stage control, you know? You still have the ledge to trap. You can keep going. Yeah, if you see a Lucas going to attack to jump back up, it's best to space yourself around it, Lukey, just because you would be in a lot better shape. There you go, Whooper. That was good. Though, you're better off throwing them back off stage in that direction. I don't know if that was purposely done or not. Good mix-ups. You gave him a little bit too much stage control getting back on, Lukey. Yeah, stage control is super important to keep your ledge trapping going. Keep that in mind. You don't want to give too much of it up. You want to really hold that ledge trap. Don't miss it.
I kind of forgot about it until I looked at the time. It was 9:56. I was like, oh yeah, this is happening.
That was a good edge guard, Daniel. So, Daniel, I'm going to focus on how you set up ledge traps now and what position you get yourself in. That was a little bit overcommittal going for that down air there. You were better off, if you want to do something like that to try to catch jump and neutral get up like that, like I said, going for something like back air or just staying still, trying to maybe put yourself back and forth through, like, let's say 3 ledge trapping positions, getting ready for roll. Ooh, that was really risky, Daniel.
Ooh. Yeah, it's important to mix up like what position you're in to, depending on what you feel you've conditioned your opponent to do.
Remember, this isn't about winning. This is about setting up ledge traps and improving on them. So if you're not doing that, then aim to get them on the ledge. That's what you should be doing above anything. I know a lot of people are like super competitive and they're like, I need to win, but it's really about just setting up ledge traps.
Okay, I like the down tilts that I saw there. I've got a little bit of delay because I'm not like watching this from a Switch. So what I'm saying might be a little bit behind.
Ooh, Nick, that would have been good if you reacted, but instead you did it like very, very preemptively. So it would have been better to do something like backing up and then F-tilting, for example, or backing up and then reacting to what they did. And if they did something like an attack get up, you could have punished it on top of them with the down air. Yo, Math Franner, welcome.
Oh, yeah. That angle's trash to recover from. Trash.
So you just tried to catch a neutral get up or any kind of get up with a dash attack. I'm going to say unless you're at roll distance and you see that they're going for an attack get up, don't go for the dash attack. Unless you know for sure it's going to hit. You're better off just reacting from there, because you can react a lot of the time to things on ledge, and then just F-tilting, getting into the right position.
Yeah, dash check's kind of slow. You only really want to go for it in that position. The only other time that you could go for it is if you catch a re-grab and you can 2-frame with it if you're at the proper spacing, but like in most of those cases, it's also usually just better to go for down smash.
This really helps for me because ledge, personally, is one of my weaker parts of gameplay.
So what I recommend for you is to literally just keep trying to set up ledge traps. There you go, set up the ledge trap and try to read that. Yeah, so there, a lot of the time, because Lucas is going to try to, like, if they have another jump, they're going to jump back up and they're going to attack, so they're better off outspacing it and going for a fair or F tilt, not a down tilt, unless they're, like, really below you. You condition people to do stuff, and then you hop into other positions that you don't have to already, from what I remember, Trash Panda. That was good, Nick. Because if you're if you're conditioning people to do certain options, and then you're jumping back and forth between positions anyway, and then you're not in position to punish the actual thing that you've started to condition, then they start believing that it's safe. So it becomes an even bigger mind game that you have to keep track of, and it's maybe unnecessary. So keep that in mind when you're ledge trapping. Oop. You want to react to that and then grab the mover to set up the ledge trap again.
Oh, I jumped. That's a problem with me.
Nick, you didn't really have to down smash. I know it worked out for you, but if you F-tilted, it would have been the same thing. You would have been able to cover other options just as well. Yeah, one thing that you have to keep in mind is on stages with slants like this, it can be a little bit tougher to hit F-tilt if you're not in the right position.
That's true. My forward tilt and down smash a little bit differently.
One thing I want to judge real quick, Whooper, is you were standing at neutral get up and then you went for a full hop down air to try to catch roll, which is an option that you can do, but you're better off just back throwing at that percent. And then you could set up the ledge trap.
That's a sticky situation.
I don't know if that dash attack was on purpose or not, Luki, or if you were trying to go for something else, but obviously if they're approaching you like that, you don't want to dash attack the other way. I'm assuming you meant to do something else, though. I don't really know. It's hard to tell.
Oh, I was supposed to be in there.
I was not prepared for that. Oh my god!
Luki, you're better off not finishing the jab there. Just go for the jab one, then try to... You want to smell the fear there. I know that's kind of weird for me to say, but you kind of want to wait, and you never really want to finish the third jab unless you're for sure that they're going to drop shield. But you were better off trying to read a jump out or the roll, or just like back up a little bit and F-tilt them, because it would have been safer on shield than the jab 3 or magnet. PK freeze as ledge trapping, I would say no. Edge guarding, it's really good, but PK Thunder is better in most cases, unless they cannot snap to ledge. PK Thunder is better in most cases.
Yeah.
But as a ledge trap, no, it's not that good.
PK
You're better off you're like switching between your couple of ledge trapping positions that I talked about earlier, baiting them into doing things and then punishing them for it.